open country.
The opinions and views expressed by individuals during this broadcast are their own and may not be the opinions of this network, their group, or other organization they may be involved with.
What's going on, guys, and how are you doing this fine morning? I decided I was going to set the studio up here in the car because, well, let's be honest with you, it's going to be a warm one out there today. And I thought, what's the best way to do this but to hang out with my friends? Bring you guys in here. You know what? We don't own the rights on this music. It's purely for entertainment value, but I do hope you guys know that as we listen. You know, I got the sun shade up here, so if you're wondering what this weird thing up right here is, trying to knock down a little bit of the sun. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Yeah, don't fence me in, you know. Let's put a little something on there that's maybe a little less recognizable, you know. But, hey, guys, I'm digging the fact that we all showed up this morning. Thank you very much. And I know you're going to show up because most of you guys get the hint. Most of you guys start hitting me up here in a little bit. You realize, wait, he's going to go live, whether you're finding me on Rumble or you're finding me elsewhere on the network, or maybe you're finding me on the NOK, the IWK, the SUCKMYDICK. That's right. You heard it right. Ha ha! Hopefully you heard us right, and hopefully you saw it right. But God, it is a gorgeous day today. They say it's a 50% chance of rain coming in from the southwest. But I am the southwest, which means Mexico is going to rain on us. I already see there's two guys watching, two girls watching, two people watching, and I see one heart out there. Thank you for it. Now it looks like one person watching, one heart. Doesn't really matter. Thank you so much for all your time and your support anyways. When you guys do get in here, we can talk about stuff. We can start to negotiate that talk. You know, I wrote down some notes this morning because I thought, man, I really want to talk about a few really important things. But then I thought, what's even better than most important things? Maybe I can just share some important things with you. Well, I see you made it back. Let me turn this mic down a little bit. I see you say to Matt, you made it back, and we are all in one piece. Well, what we're going to do here is we're going to have a little puff. Then we're going to get started with the broadcast that you guys are normally used to seeing. And those of you who do watch the broadcast know exactly what goes on. Thank you once again for joining me this morning, whether you're watching this again on one of the broadcasted situations, or you're watching it at home, just trying to zoom through the internet, you're finding it, or you found it on Wayne Cruz. Hopefully, however you found it, right? Either way, I know I appreciate you getting it on with me. So, you know, let's get a few things out of the way so we can all have some fun.
Hey, hi, my name is John Mark, aka Sublimator Warrior, and I would like to welcome you to Smoke Signal in Waynac.
One dab make your whole dome drip sweat. One dab make the homies all dip set.
Smoke signals. Tayenda Naga.
Smoke signals. Tayenda Naga.
Smoke signals. Tayenda Naga.
Ooey, ooey, gooey, that's a sticky dab. Might just have to put this one on Instagram.
Smoke signals. Tayenda
Go
Naga.
ahead, hold it in, feel it in your wrist.
Smoke signals. Tayenda Naga.
Check us out in Tayenda. 55 Highway 49 in Tayenda. It's on the res, and we're open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week.
Well, I see you made it back and you're alive and well. Thank you so much. I see you got 2 viewers and now we got 2 reactions. Thanks very much, guys. You know what? I remember sitting around as a young man watching this old guy, Barry. Barry was a cameraman and worked in the business. And Barry used to carry this really insane looking like Sherlock pipe. But it was a wooden pipe, so it wasn't any glass kind of thing. It wasn't anything like that. And Barry would always smoke the pipe before work. And before we get started, and that's where I learned the term bulb your uncle. And with that being said, I started picking up habits. The pipe is one of those habits that I would love to think that I got from Barry. I don't know, that or it's just a stoner habit. But every once in a while, got to look over your shoulder, make sure that there's nothing coming at you. Come on, let's just start this thing the right way. All right, take a look. That's right. Cherry Tropicana with some Kush extract and bubble hash poured over the top of it. That's what I'm smoking on this morning. And if you happen to be catching on to the same thing, that's pretty cool, or something close to it. But I'm always interested, and I do like seeing what you guys are smoking on and what tickles your fancy. Well, what tickles my fancy is sometimes getting things out of the way. So let's get some stuff out of the way, guys.
Tune in daily to NOK's diverse podcasting lineup. Ganja News Update, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Tara Simpson and Ron McNabb. Wake Up with the Wayniac, Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific with Tombstoner Wayne Cruz. Grow 420, Tuesdays, 4 p.m. Eastern with the Forgetful Stoner Ron McNabb. Psychedelic Reporters, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Hobbies Puppets and Tara Simpson. Peace, News and Views, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Kim Cooper and Sir Steve-O. Open Your Eye, Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Kim Cooper and Tara Simpson. Followed by Thursday Night Vibes, 9:15 Eastern with Master and Mama Rochi. Cannabis and Crime, Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Christine Tara from Machete Cat Productions. The IWK 710 Daily Set airs nightly, 7 days a week, with international rotating joint hosts, 7 p.m. Eastern. Rise and shine, it's marijuana time. Wake and bake with Ron McNabb at 7 a.m. Eastern, 7 days a week. Thanks for tuning in to all the podcasting on NOK Network.
I catch Ron at 4 o'clock every morning here in my southwest time. Sorry about that. I catch Ron about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I do love seeing him early in the morning. I show up there in his comments, and I'm amazed that he knows a few Waynes. It always shocks me that he has a few friends named Wayne that show up in there. 1 second. Okay, we're back. But I do love hanging out with Ron. I do have a lot of fun smoking weed, listening to him. I get the whole forgetful stoner thing because so am I. Just had to check over the shoulder once again. I am back thoroughly. And so are you. And I'm glad that you joined me this fine day. You know, the Southwest brings a bit of magic in the air that people don't know about. The one thing that Southwest brings is roaming hills that are bright colored, jade colored green, because we get so much rain here. Our trees are so amazing. So what happens is we get so much rain that this place turns vibrant green. Most people think of the desert as being this hot, arid place that has cactuses everywhere. But no, not true. Here you get so many colors, it looks like a Crayola coloring box. And it's quite astounding, the flowers that you see and the wildlife. Now, I've seen flowers and wildlife that I've never seen in my life. So it's a new adventure for me with that, which is really cool. To be 50-something plus years old and to see new things in your life is always a beautiful thing. Now, with that being said, I do miss the ocean. I do miss the mountains, but I got the mountains right out my door right over here as I talk to you guys. But today is not about showing you stuff. It's more about chatting about stuff. So thank you if you guys just got here. I know this is not about watching commercials. So if you did get in here and you just saw that it was a commercial run, you know, it's the business that has to be taken care of so we can have fun. Okay. Now, normally I ask my friends, do you want me to sprinkle them or do you want to get them out of the way up front? Most people say to me, well, Wayne, if you could just do me a favor and let's do it.
Advertising space available at NOK. Contact us for a rate sheet at knocknetwork.com. Send us a message on our social media platforms or email us at info@noknetwork.com.
These are some of the things that we do try to take care of and get it out of your way so you don't have to deal with them. And I'm kind of glad for that. Commercial breaks are necessary evil, even though as much as we or you or I don't necessarily want them, they are necessary because those are the people that help us pay bills and make sure that things get the way we've done. And the agreements that we've made so people will know that we're honoring our agreement, you know, top of the hour, end of the hour, whatever it may be, whatever session that you might be checking it out on. But I digress. All right, the Southwest. The Southwest brings this beautiful part to it that most people don't understand. You know, I can see Mexico in the distance. It's pretty wild. I've never been quite this close to the border. You know, and you can see it every day, and you know it's there because travel is done there every day, and you see people coming and going, and you see the Border Patrol everywhere. We have the INS here every day. So when everyone started going, oh my God, ICE, it's funny because ICE has always been here. And that's been our police force in our town. So it's not that it's a new thing, but it's not a comfortable thing no matter how you look at it. A lot of people don't understand. You know, they got a job to do, and well, so do you. Your job is to be a good human. Don't go fucking up. And the other part of it is for them to be good humans and not to go fucking, hey, you get my point. Oh, well, Bob's your uncle. So yesterday I went into a shop to buy a shirt. I looked around. I found the shirt I wanted. It's a black tuxedo shirt, but it's a period style tuxedo shirt that's made out of the same linen that they made in the old days with the same patterns. Went up to the counter to ask the guy for it, and he told me he'd give me a discount. I was like, a discount? Wow, that's pretty cool. That's cool. I figured it'd be a local discount. No, he gave me a discount because there was dog hair on the shirt. So that shows the kind of town I live in. It's the kind of town that you get a shirt that has dog hair on it.
Bong it time, it's bong it time. Don't you just know bong it time? It's bong it time, it's bong it time. Everyone loves bong it time.
Yeah, I know. It's still something I like to do, and it's still something that I enjoy doing. So please forgive me if it happens. Bong hit time is a thing that I enjoy, and I still love shouting it out there. Shouting it, That's shouting it. Sorry, my dumbass slid there. Back to what I was saying about the Southwest. I live in a really cool place. I was just telling a good friend of mine this morning about how I stopped the market, grab a bottle of water, And as I got out, paid for the water, I came back out to the car, walked out, and I realized there were two horses that were getting hitched up to the hitching post. And the third one came trotting up behind a female on horse. And it was just funny, the fact that, I do live in a place that this wild horse stock runs around and does this thing. So every once in a while, I even shock myself. And I'm honest with you. It's definitely a shock to the system. All right. Let's get back to that smoking. Bob's your uncle. Hopefully you are smoking on something this morning. Hopefully you're not thinking to yourself, but Wayne, it's too early, or Wayne, it's barely lunchtime, or Wayne, what are you thinking? Well, what I'm thinking is sparking the lighter and putting it up to your face like this. Wonderful. Just like that. Man, that's pretty good. So I got to turn down there that commercial break that was about to happen. So they got commercial breaks everywhere, whether it's music, whether it's your broadcast, whether you're just hanging out with folks, there's going to be a commercial break. That's even a commercial break when someone says to you, oh, I'm sorry, I got to pee, I'll be right back. Or when someone says to you, can you hold on for 1 second? I got to do something. That's the commercial break in life. Now, an impatient person might get upset. They might not want to have that commercial in life. They might realize that, you know what, right now is the time, damn it. I'm having a talk with you. And there's no time like this than to be taking a road trip. And you're like, a road trip? Yeah, a road trip. Yeah, road trip. It's exactly what I wanted to do, is show you a different kind of desert, kind of prop you around there and go driving for a moment. Don't let the signs fool you. Do you read signs? I mean, you got to read signs. Most people got to read signs. Whether the sign is a billboard sign or the sign is simply, I love young ladies and their period correct outfits. There's something about it that absolutely appeals to my senses. Now, I don't know if it's the fact that maybe I was there at some time, or the fact that they just look so damn pretty and they just look so wholesome and real. I don't know. Maybe, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but we'll get to there. Sorry about that. Good. So, back to what I was saying about the Southwest. We got animals here. We even got stagecoaches. Now, that's a trip right there. When I come into town and there's a stagecoach and a bunch of deer everywhere, that is a huge change than what I'm used to in the desert. I'm used to homeless people on their bicycles, shopping carts being pulled, and then a bunch of traffic, just cars. My town is a 2-lane highway with 0 stoplights on it. We don't have any intersection lights, but we do have stop signs. So sorry about that. I had to do my own little fix. The thing is, our traffic is minimal, so we don't have to deal with it as much because we don't have as much, obviously, like a big city. So for myself, when I do go into a town, or I go into a bigger town or a bigger city, I have a moment of, oh my God, this is overwhelming. And it's not that it's overwhelming. It's just a matter of, it's not what I'm used to seeing every day. Like I just said, we have horses getting sit up the hitching posts. Come on now. That should be a sign. We got cowboys walking around. We got shootouts every fucking day. We must have, I'm thinking, well, there's 4 different shootout groups. probably like 30 shootouts throughout the day. That's a lot of death. And, you know, hey, but I'm not complaining because that is how we do get our sources of, it's not necessarily our income, but it's our sources. Well, it is. Some people are arguing. What a shame. What a shame. Oh, well, it's not my drama. Don't want to deal with that. Yeah. Respect what I was saying. I'm trying not to get involved in these people's like shit. I really don't want to. I'm trying not to like even hear what they were arguing about. I don't need it. But there is this like half naked young lady bending over, totally threw my attention off. Got a little confused. Sorry about that, y'all. Wow. Crazy sauce. It happens everywhere, you know? Like, no matter where you are, you're going to have problems. People are people. And this is the problem with people. You know, we end up making decisions, we end up making choices, and we end up getting lost in our bullshit. And I mean, everybody's got good stuff going on. I mean, to such a point that, and remember I said that looking in the rearview mirror thing? I just said that to you guys. I said, like, look in your rearview mirror, right? All of a sudden, I happen to look in my rearview mirror and see some dude come cruising up, sliding up behind the vehicle. He's this, and his chick and him are arguing. He's taking the car. She doesn't want him to take the car. This is cool shit. I should probably turn the car, but instead I'll narrate it for you guys. She's jumping in the car to stop him. He's got to go do somewhere. Obviously, he's trying to go get his kid or something. And she's like, no, you're not taking my car. He's like, just go back home. She jumped in there. She's wearing like just a t-shirt, it looks like. He's fully dressed. It's like it looks like he's going to work. He's wearing jeans and a hat. It's like he's fully dressed. And, you know, this sucks. I hate seeing domestic violence. No matter how you look at it, it sucks. Ugh, I hate seeing that stuff. It's so just ugly. But I know it happens, and that's the thing, you know? We did take your argument inside, so at least they're not airing it out to the outside world here, which kind of sucks. But all right, I'm sorry about the interruption, guys. Wow, man. Wow.
Well, there went my Uber.
All right. Guys, if you just got here, please forgive me. We had a little technical difficulties, had a little overheating going on. Plus, the internet did something wacky where we're sitting at. We ended up losing transmission. Now, and it sucks. It sucks. This whole internet thing has become quite a thorn in my side because here in where I live, we have internet issues. We don't have the satellites that are coming over here because we do live far enough out. Or you have people like myself that just, I don't want to pay for it. I don't want to pay for a service that, or not that I don't want to pay for it. Let me rephrase that. So this makes some kind of sense there, guys. I just don't want to pay an exorbitant amount for a service that I use. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. For me, a big part of this whole thing was, getting on the internet and doing these shows was purely because I was having fun. I wasn't thinking of anything more than getting on here and doing these things with you guys. That's all this was. So while I was doing it, I was trying to decide if I wanted to do, what kind of content I wanted to create. Did I want to make videos? Did I want to make commercials? And I really was trying to figure out like where I belong and where I was in this whole transmission. And a big part of it came along the way when I started deciding that, I'm the Wayniac, and you guys should wake up with me. So, hey, if you're catching me on Rumble or you're catching me anywhere that you're catching me right now, thank you for catching me and share this along. Share this along in the NOK because that would really help. Because currently, right now, as we're standing here talking to you or sitting here typing to you or whatever we're doing, we're trying to figure out the best way to take care of business. The best way to take care of business is always straightforward, always have a good time, and always try to make yourself laugh, even if you like playing with toys. All right. If you guys made it back, my broadcast strength is sucking. Somehow I went around the dark side of the moon or the back side of the moon, and our broadcast got spun. Now here's what I'm going to ask you guys because it sucks. Please bear with me. Please understand that this is what happens. This is the bullshit. This is what goes down with the internet. You can't control it. You can't control the variables. All you can do is just hope you're doing the right thing. And that's all I'm trying to do right now. You know, as soon as we lose it like that, we lose broadcast strength, we lose viewers, we lose everything. And it's a shame to do it to you guys because you guys aren't here for that. You guys are here to be entertained. You guys are here to watch something, not be thrown aside. Man, this is my Uncle Ron says it best.
I believe the saying is, one who lives in a golden canoe must never throw rocks at a plastic dinghy. You need to get your facts straight when you put them out there on the internet.
I think about that shit every day, and I am so sorry again, guys. Please forgive me for the broadcast string getting dropped and all that. Turns a 55-minute show into 155 minutes, and I hate it. You know, so eventually I'm going to get the internet straightened out. All right. Guys, please forgive me if you just got here and you're trying to figure out what's going on. We're having a little bit of internet issues. It doesn't seem to be getting better. So what I'm going to try to do right now is just hold it down with what I got. I am sorry about the inconvenience. It's the last thing I want to do is inconvenience my friends and put you guys through a bunch of baloney, especially when all you want to watch is a broadcast and all you want to do is be entertained. So please forgive me as I set that up, you know, but it's one of those things where the internet fucking sucks. So what happens is, you know, sometimes you'll have internet strength and you'll feel like you're doing really well. And then other moments you'll have this thing where you can't monitor it either. So you don't know if it's good or bad. People are watching it. People are listening to it. Then the next thing you know, you go back to watch it and it's terrible. And you're like, oh, damn, that wasn't planned. The thing is, it's because the power of the internet. So guys, please forgive me. Sometimes it is just way out of my control. I wish I had complete and 100% control over this. And I wish this was something that, was never an issue. I wish this was just one of those things that just happened. But unfortunately, with the internet the way it is, you got to ride the wave. Now, if you're riding that wave, wherever you're riding it at, whether you're getting it through StreamYard right here, you're watching it on any of the things, X, Twitter, you're even watching Facebook Live, or you're even watching it on the NOK. Thanks again. Or you're watching it on good old fashioned YouTube. The thing is, when the internet does that, it drops it. And I do appreciate you guys showing back up. But it makes it very difficult to do a broadcast, to have a broadcast when you don't know if it's going to hold on or not. Now, generally, I fill my show full of all these cool videos because it's content. But the problem is every time that I use these commercials, it seems to drop the content for some reason. So, with being said, today you're going to be stuck with me. No, not me. Prior to the broadcast, we were watching some domestic violent shit breaking out here. And I'm glad to see that they both kind of came to their wits and broke up, because no one needs to see that. No one needs to witness that, especially in a small town community. But at the same time, things got to happen. They do say you got to break some eggs to make an omelet. And I hate that theory because I like eggs and I like omelets too. And what happens when you smoke a bowl and it becomes kind of cash and becomes black and you don't like it anymore? Well, you got to throw it out. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open this here door. Aha! How about that? Did it all without losing my sunscreen, without losing my mind. Well, at least this time I did. So as we're going to do this and we're going to figure this out, we're gonna get the bear taxes here. I need to smoke. God, I'm all just stressed out. Oh, shit. It stresses me out because the broadcast should work. It should go as fine. Everything should go as planned. And then all of a sudden, it just doesn't. And, it's like, what can you do? Nothing's perfect. I would like to thank Sir Steve-O. I'd like to thank Kim Cooper, for having me around. I'd like to thank Sir Steve-O for multiple reasons. But I can't even begin to start with one of them on topic, because then it would start into a diatribe of all these things that I'm thankful for. And at the moment, I'm trying to be a thoughtful, thankful friend and guy. So, it's time to smoke. Let's smoke. Man, oh man. It's interesting how it's a warm day, that you can feel it, the pressure in the air, which means we're going to get rain. Now the weather, when I checked the weather map, it said, guaranteed rain much later on, probably around 4 o'clock, something between 2 and 4 o'clock. I don't really know, because, I'm still looking out after you. No, I'm not. I'm still trying to figure it out myself. You can kind of see it, because when the Whetstone Mountains get dark and they get covered up, the Wachakas get covered up, and then behind you, the Cochise Stronghold gets covered up. There's going to be a storm that's going to be colliding on you, because that's 3 different storm fronts that are all going to kind of like meet somewhere. Now, whether that's out in the middle of the desert and it's going to make hell out there in the desert, or it's going to happen out here, we never know that. That's why a few days ago we did have a tornado warning, and I was blown away. I'm like, seriously, a tornado warning? I moved to Arizona to get a tornado warning. That was the weirdest thing ever. Be under a tornado warning and not know if it was even going to hit or not hit. We didn't hear any of the sirens, and we didn't get any of that. Man, just the fact that they said we were going to, it's definitely. So once again, thank you if you guys just got here. This broadcast has been spotty all morning, but I am going to try to carry through with it because it is spotty. I'm going to go just a skosh longer to catch up for the stuff that I scoshed out on. And that scoshed out stuff is the important stuff. That important stuff is where you can find us and where you can find friends. You can find me always here on the NOK, and you can find me on the IWK every once in a while, hanging out with my friend, having a sesh. Or you can find me on Keeping It's green. That's right. A comprehensive page that I've designed only for stoners, about stoners, full of stoner content, shows you stuff on growing, the whole 9 yards. So you consider it kind of like a magazine regarding weed, but not a magazine because it's online. I do a little bit of the same here. I do little sessions every night. I'll do a late night sesh that I'd love to have some of you guys join me at. If you guys do decide that you want to join me in a late night sesh, I do them nightly, 9 o'clock my time. It pushes me at like 1 o'clock your time in the East Coast. And what I like to do is pump some music, get it going, get the party going, get in there. We'll smoke some POTS. And then when we're smoking the pots, we'll hang out, we'll shoot the shit, listen to some music, and have a good time. That's usually what we'll do, and that's kind of the idea that I want to stick to. That's the pre-game show that we do before this. So if you guys do want to catch me there, you can catch me there. I don't really call them late night sessions, but they are, because they end up, they do end up being late night sessions, because especially for some people there in the East Coast, you guys get hammered with it, and all of a sudden it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're wondering why I'm up so early. Well, it's, because it's 12 o'clock my time or whatever. You know that the time ratio. I don't think it even matters. What matters is, like, keep yourself hydrated, keep yourself safe, keep yourself covered from the elements, because the elements are what screw us up out here. That bright sun zaps it right out of you. The problem is, you could run around being completely comfortable 1 minute. Then the next second, hold on for a second, please. Then the next second, you're like wanting to pass out because, wow, I feel dizzy and I don't know why. It's because this Arizona sun just totally just zaps it out of you. The thing is, you could change your idea. You can drink a lot of water. You can wear a safari scarf. You can wear a ginormous hat. You can try to hide yourself from it. Now, the thing is, you probably can, but the idea is then you have to take it on and off and on and off. And I don't know if that's the luxury or the thing that I want to do. Now, if you're hiding from the sun, I do prefer a ginormous hat. I like to keep the sun definitely off me. Keeps the sun off my head and shoulders, because sunburns suck. Take it from me. And I know you've all had some kind of sunburn in your life. Who hasn't? Someone's went swimming when they were a kid and forgot to put sunscreen on, and then came out and your shoulders were charred. I know. You can't lie to me. I've done it a million times. I think each and every one of us have done it. Our parents tell us, put sunscreen on, and it's a matter of, well, one. Then you go out and you play in the sun, and you're like, I played really hard in the sun, look, but I'm really red. Why? And then all of a sudden you peel, and then you're like, I got blisters. Then it's like, well, take a look. I had warned you about playing in the sun. So that's kind of like, I know everybody's got one of those going on. If you don't have one of those going on, I advise you to, put sunscreen on, drink water, have a good adventure, a safe adventure. If it means putting a sweatshirt on, or if it means putting something on to cover yourself up, then it is. Now, it shows that this broadcast is 45 minutes in, and I know I have not been talking to you guys 45 minutes. I know this broadcast has gone up and down, because it's been in and out. Okay. I know this because I've been dealing with it all morning. And now that's the thing. Has it been a big issue? Of course it has, especially for those of you guys trying to watch it. You're trying to just watch it, have some fun, and then it stops, chodes out, and you're like, this isn't worth it. I'm not hanging out with this guy. This is shitty quality. Or it's all together. And it's all right. You guys don't have to tell me. I am fully aware, and that's the changing point here. Do you want to invest and fix, or do you want to just deal with what you have? That becomes the age-old quest. And I'm there right now in life. Do you want to invest? Do you want to fix, or do you just want to do with what you got? Now, what I have is a little different, and I know that a lot of people have things that are different. And I know this because I talk to so many different folks throughout the day. I talk to people from all around the world. And when I talk to these people, I will always ask questions, about where they live and why they're on vacation and why they came to see us on vacation, and if the vacation's even worthwhile. And they always tell me the same exact thing. Man, your town is so cool. So what I'd like to do right now is take you guys for a drive. Hop in. Let's go. Bisbee. What a cool little place to the south of us. Bisbee's about 35 minutes away. Bisbee is a really cool architecture hub. There's lots of art. And at one time, Bisbee was the mining hub for the south. You know that. A lot of copper comes from it. A lot of tin comes from it. We have the copper tin mine out there. Ginormous, the lavender pit. It's a ginormous pit in the ground that they've been strip mining and cleaning. And it's pretty impressive. The whole thing is that they're famous for that. And that's one of the things that we like to show people. Bisbee. Bisbee is an art hub. Definitely has more tall, big concrete buildings than we have. It has more infrastructure than we have. And it definitely has a different variety of people than we have. And that's what makes Bisbee kind of an artistic, creative hub. Now, a lot of people go there because they get their paint on, or they'll go there to get their art on, or they're even their theater on. That's right. We also have to go there for our court, anything that is legislature reasons. They have our courthouse there and our big post office there. Other than that, we only have P.O. boxes here in town, so it's not how we can do things, but it's pretty cool. It's still an idea that you still have small town America in the palm of your hand. And the idea is that I love doing it because to me, it is small town America. And that's a part of how do you keep that alive? Small town America. Is that getting perfect internet at your house? Is that getting flyby satellites? That's then becomes the question. Do you want the things that you use in your everyday to be there, or do you want it to really be a certain way? Now, I want it to look like the 1800s. I don't necessarily need it to be the 1800s. I like electronic checks. I like banking. I like going to the dentist. So that's where this town's got to just catch up a little bit. I had a viewer and then you left, and I get it. Maybe, just maybe it's not content for you. But thank you for joining me anyways today, because we're almost out of here. I got 5 minutes showing there on the 55-minute count. But the idea is I wanted to go over, but I'm not really sure if that's going to be doable today. Just because there are other shows that are on the network coming in after me, and I don't want to step on other people. And with that being said, there's only so much you can do when the internet's being chody, or you're not even getting the response that you're expecting. Now, when I say the response I'm expecting is more or less any response from this, not necessarily you guys, but, I'm getting a little bit of computer lag today. I'm getting video lag. So suddenly it shows me like, man, this is definitely putting lipstick on a fucking pig. Now I'm going to try my hardest to keep this pig afloat, lipstick and all, guys. And I do hope that you do enjoy, and I hope that your lipstick keeps you afloat too. Because man, it's an endeavor. It's an endeavor that only we can do by trying to put effort in. Effort goes a very long way in life. Now, with that being said, thank you, viewer, for joining me. And if you just got here, thank you for joining me on the NOK. And here with me, waking up with the Wayniac, hanging out, and our broadcast strength might be a little bit better right now. I changed a few things. I'm sorry about the inconvenience earlier, guys. It was absolutely just shitty earlier, and I'm trying to fix it because I don't want you guys to have to sit through that again, because that's just not cool. Yeah, that's right. It's just Twinkle Toes down there at the bottom right there, Twinkle Toes. I'm not afraid to put it on there. It's from another broadcast that I used, and then I left it on there, and I'm realizing, oh shit, Twinkle Toes. That's pretty funny. I wish I was a dancer to have Twinkle Toes as my moniker. But I'm not. I'm not even close. I'm not even close. I am not even close. But you know what I am? I'm a pipe hitting, bong hitting, fun loving, fun time having guy. And that's one of the things that I try to stick to. I meet people all the time that, they try to tell me about their life issues. And the life issues is I don't want to be stuck on heart meds. I don't want to be constantly fighting with a diet. I don't want to be telling myself what I can and can't have, because what's the point of living a life with things that you cannot have? That's like living a life of abstinence. If you're going to live a life of abstinence, you might as well be a solitary monk. Now, with that being said, I don't see anything wrong with that. But the idea is we're living our life trying to have fun. Now, if it's something that, don't eat this or don't take this because it's going to kill you, that's a different story. We don't want to take things that are going to kill us. At the same time, you got to think about it. What is life if you're not going to live it? That's like those people that, I don't want to go out. I don't want to take a vacation because it's going to cost me too much. Well, is it really? I got so much going on right now that the vacation isn't going to happen. Problem is, you got so much going on right now that 2 days of vacation somewhere isn't going to kill you, because what's going to happen is it's going to help you forget about where you're at and all the shit you got going on. Now, with that being said, vacation is a time that you should get out and have fun. Now, it doesn't mean stay at people's house and crap all over people's stuff and take, bad care of people's things. No, because we are supposed to watch my brother and be my brother's keeper. But the idea is we should definitely know when our welcome is welcome. Now, with that being said, I know so many people will go on vacation and they're unsure. We're trying to figure something out right now. We got a twofold vacation happening, me and a good friend of mine. We're talking about having a vacation because he wants to come out and see Eldorado that's here in Tombstone. And then at the same time, with wanting to see Eldorado, he also wants to come out to Arizona and do that. With that being
Hey guys, looks like Wayne is frozen. I'm not sure what's going on here. Let me see if I can find him. I just happened to be scrolling by and I noticed a dead air screen, so I thought I'd pop in and see what was going on. And yeah, it looks like I'm the only one here. So thanks for tuning in to the Wayniac. Having technical difficulties at the moment, apparently, but he will be back again next Tuesday for Waking Up with the Wayniac here on the NOK Network. Thanks all, and sorry about the tech. It'll get better, I promise. Peace out.